good evening or good morning, depending where you are around this world of ours. So I'll just wait a little bit, give it a few minutes. This is just all my brush collection here. I want to do show how to brush. I brush my pigments into the molds. And it's my big Saturday night. So we'll do the bunny rabbit molds. I did do, let's see, I should do this one gold. I'll use the gold pigments, my brand new lekranchcreations creations. Spun gold mica. What am I talking about? This one was super cool. I'm probably going to end up doing them all because I'm not in any rush. So if you're looking for a short video, you're just going to have to skip around because I be chilling. So I want to pick out some of my smaller brushes. Because static is a problem when you're doing this. The pigments tend to want to jump onto that silicone in places you really don't want it to go. I'm just going to have one, not that one. I had a nice one the other day. Oh, there it is. This was for larger areas. And we'll just slip these aside. I put a little rocking chair in front of my work desk, and now I'm shorter and further away from everything. Now, what did I use? I put the charcoal. I used activated charcoal for the eyeballs. Hi, Jot. How are you? I heard you liked your presents you got for the giveaway. I'm so happy. Don't mind my moving the camera around here. I have to reach on my... But it's a workshop. Because really the mold is over here. All right, so the activated charcoal from Soap Expressions. I got this at Hobby Lobby for $3.99. And I'll tell you, I have used a lot of this already in making my resin black for some of my molds. And it's phenomenal. It is fantastic. And for $3.99, you can't beat that. It's for making soap and soap, yeah. And it's crazy because I live 2 hours from where this is made now in Doylestown, Pennsylvania. And I actually grew up like 20 minutes from where this was made. But now I live up in the mountains. So to me, I love that because it's so wonderful and it's from where I'm from. So we're in Pennsylvania. But that's made in Upper Bucks County. Oh, I know about being tired. I slept till 1 o'clock, and then I laid back down around 4 and slept till 7. So that's why I'm up now. I've had a cold this is going on 8 days. I have no fever, so I don't have the big virus, but I've been staying to myself, canceled everything I had to do, so I'm not freaking people out, even though I know I don't have that. And I'm getting better, so, when we sleep, our body heals, so I got lots of sleep, and I do feel a lot better. I haven't sneezed at all today yet, thank God. So I had taken my granddaughter to the doctor's office, and 2 days after that, I was sick, and then my other granddaughter was sick because she went with me. And then all this other stuff started happening. So I was a little concerned, but I'm okay. I don't have it. But I am being careful not to get anyone else sick. Yeah, I feel better. I'm okay. I'm better now. I was feeling crappy earlier in the week and last week, but I'm good. I'm more concerned about my mom. She's 87, and I was supposed to go see her, but she stocked up on everything. The only thing she didn't have was her Breyer's ice cream. I said, "You are not going to die without that ice cream." So she actually got one of her neighbors to go get it for her. So she's doing good. I make sure she always has everything she needs. And worst case scenario was I would have had her put an envelope outside, hand it through the door, um, with the door basically closed, and then I would have got her groceries, and then I would have put them by her door, and then I would have left. So, but I didn't even have to do that. So we got it all handled. So I've just been chilling out. I have been filling a few orders. And I just thought, why not come on and do something live for a change? I don't get on very often anymore. Hi, Evelyn. How are you? Right? She's got to have that ice cream. So, just what I'm going to be doing while everybody's gone. So I want to do the details in the eyeballs. So I'm taking a toothpick and putting it into that black charcoal. This was a little tricky to do. The last time it did get on the mold where I didn't want it to. So I'm taking a little bit of alcohol and a paper towel right away, and I'm just going to twirl the toothpick to get that extra charcoal off and just leave it on the tip. And I want to get those little eyeballs in there. And try not to stab my mold while I'm at it. This charcoal is awesome. I think I'm going to try brushing my teeth with it next. I don't use regular toothpaste. And I don't use regular deodorant. I use real fresh limes. So I always keep a knife with a lime up in the top shelf of my refrigerator, and I slice a slice off every day, and I use that as deodorant. I've been doing that for about 4 or 5 years now. Haven't had any complaints. But I'm not clogging my glands up with all the see, I just did it because I put it in there and I didn't wipe it right away. So you see how it gets on there? You see the dots? Yeah, I think I'm just going to take some of this and mix it with some coconut oil and use that for a toothpaste for a couple weeks. See how I like it. So, you see how damn tedious this is. But I don't mind, because we all know that great art is made with great detail. So I just have to get all this out. So I'm using 91. I shouldn't be putting this on my mold, to be honest. I should be using water. So I think I'm going to have to use my water bottle and not do this, because I tell everybody not to do this with their molds, because alcohol eats the mold away. So let's get that dried up. And let's get the water bottle over here. I'm just going to have to make sure I remember to dip it in the water. I'm going to put a little cap full of water here because none of us can afford to ruin our molds. All right, let me try this again. Now, I don't know if you haven't seen me do these molds yet. You just want to watch that YouTube video. I pasted it up on Facebook, and it's on my YouTube page here from last week of when I demolded them all, because I used the clear resin and I didn't need to use a bunch of colored cups of resin. I just was able to put clear over top of these when they were all done. So I'm just tracing over the little nose and the little bunny mouth there. Haha. Yeah, a lot of people think that they should use alcohol and acetate. And I thought so in the beginning, too. I listened to some people that's what they were doing. And then I took classes with the company that makes the rubber products for the silicone. And that's when I learned. So I was informed by the makers, and I was corrected. But this black is nice. Yeah, my daughter was supposed to be going out, and she said she would put the granddaughter to bed first, but she hasn't gone out. She has a team on Xbox that she likes to play with, so she works 6 days a week. So if that's what she enjoys, that's fine with me. So I'm trying to see, because I don't have the greatest eyes, where that little part is under the nose that comes down, and I got it there. So we got the little black part done. You know what? I'm going to do it real quick on the other mold too, so I don't have to go through this again. And these molds are listed up on the website, lekranchcreations.com. Same name as all my social media. Same name as my company. All right, so one eyeball in that side, and I spread the molds out. And there's that side, and then go over that little nose and mouth line there. You see, I got that one done. And there's one in the basket. There's a little basket on this mold. She's pushing the mommy bunny's pushing the baby bunny. So, and I can't see for crap getting old. Let's see. I think I got it. Okay, so that's done. So we're done with the black. But, you know, maybe I should do something in the black, but I'm not going to today. But maybe I'll come back and do one of these picture frames or scroll frames in the black. But, you know, I don't think the black would be as dark as it would be when I mix it in with the resin. But I don't know that for sure. Hello, Tina Designs. How are you? Just playing with some of the molds. Just in case anyone can't stay, I don't know if you've seen the items with the new spun gold, lekranch spun gold mica. This stuff was imported, And nobody else has this. And it is fantastic. I'm going to put some on my hand just in case anyone can't stay till I get to this part. Turned out really beautiful. If you look on my other video of what I did last week, it turned out really beautiful. I'll just put a touch. Well, I'm actually going to do this one gold. So I'll just do a piece of this quick just in case anyone can't stay. And if you notice right away, it started sucking to the top of that. I didn't tap it. You really need to tap your brush when you go to do this. So when I pull it out, got to tap off the excess and then come up. And I just brush any excess around until I can get it to stick to the other parts of the mold. See how gold that is? Yeah. Well, all the pigments are going to do this. If you don't tap it, then they fly to where they can get to. And this brush isn't no good because I see hair on my mold now. And then just to get it off where you don't want it, on the flat part, you just use some tape. So I just want to get the bristles off of there. And it doesn't matter to me if it gets up here. I mean, I clean my molds anyway. But I just wanted to give a quick show, because I'm doing the bunnies right now, of how beautiful that gold is. So I'm selling that on the website. It's 10 grams for $9. It is gorgeous. It was a little expensive to import, but when I run out of it, I'll just have to figure out about getting more. I just, I wanted to offer something really beautiful that no one else did have. And just try to have something a little bit more unique than to have what everybody else has. So I want to put a little water on the paper towel and just wipe that bunny face off a little, because this will show. Any imperfections are going to show when we're done. Once it's casted, it's all going to show up. So we got to make sure we're keeping it clean. And I just dumped my water. Let's get that up right away. I put deli paper down. Someone cleaned out a woman's quilting craft room. She must have passed away. And I had gotten a piece of furniture that they had put out. And I saw all these quilting books. And I don't do quilting. It's not my thing. I like to sew, but I don't like to do quilting. So I realized there was all kinds of gorgeous fabrics and stuff. So I ended up with a ton of her stuff. And I think I wiped that eyeball off on there. And there was a big roll of the deli paper in with her stuff. So I guess with making quilts or the patterns, they use deli paper. So I ended up with a bunch. Okay, so let's do the bunny. I need some pinkish color, or a reddish or pink color. So that's where I keep all my colors. So I just need to give the nose a little color and the cheeks a little bit of color. So we'll use the rose red. Yeah, free is good. I tell you, I went through a dozen bags and I didn't keep everything. I only took what I really liked, and I was really excited about it. And I gave away about 70 skeins of yarn, brand new skeins. I don't do yarn either, but my daughter's girlfriend does. So I had her come over and pick up 3 giant trash bags filled with yarn. She was just over the top, because we know that can be expensive. That adds up. So she was really thrilled. So I got the nose done there. but I have pieces of fabric now forever. I won't have to go and buy any. I have boxes and boxes now saved up for when I can get to my sewing machine. Right now, I don't really have room. I would have to go to my kitchen table with it. My workshop down here, I wouldn't bring my sewing machine or anything down into this workshop. So I'm going to put a little bit on the cheek area, across from the nose. I know these aren't as perfect as they were the other day. I can see that already. So I got a little bit of blush in there. Yeah, I had a good time going through the bags. It was fun. I did it while my husband was asleep, so I didn't have to hear any comments because I was supposed to be cleaning up and clearing out. And so I was able to get everything folded nice into boxes and organized. He just built me a storage room in the back for my business. So I was able to, they weren't noticeable. Let's put it that way. So I was excited. And being a medium, like I thanked her. I kept thanking her. I found her name and stuff, and I kept talking to her and thanking her, and she knows I'm grateful. Things like that come to me that I normally wouldn't be able to have. I think Spirit always leads me to good things that I would like that other people are getting rid of. And that's okay by me. At 57 years old, 4 kids, 11 kids, and 1 great-grandkid later, I'm all good with it. Okay, so I need to do the dress on the girl. I'm thinking maybe I should do it really pink. I did it light. What did I do last time? Iridescent? No. I'm going to do this pink on the bunny dress. Okay. Now, a lot of times I use Q-tips if I'm doing a big area on the mold. But see, I want to wipe off the brush down below the bristles because that's just extra that'll fly around. And then tap it off. No matter what you do, it just flies where it wants to. I'll tell you that. That's that static. But that's a pretty color. If you could see that. See that pretty? That'll look really pretty once the resin's in there. And you could take the brush and kind of use the side of your hand to get the extra off. So let's see. The top of the dress. And the side of the arm and the shoulder. The other part should be white. And that's her arm. So then sometimes I tap it just in case anything's loose. I had some Q-tips, the long wooden handle Q-tips. I was using some of them. I kind of used them up quickly though. Let's see. So I want to rub off on the edge here. And these are the food grade molds. So, you could actually do this with the the luster dust for cakes and cupcakes, you could actually do this and then fill it with the isomalt and put that on top of a cake. And that would work out very well. So what I want to do, I've had several of my crystal molds made in food grade sitting up in my cabinet, and I ordered the pound of isomalt. But with taking care of my 4-year-old granddaughter 6 days a week, 10 hours a day, I haven't had time to do my geode cake. And that's why I was going to do that to show how my molds would work, but I haven't even been able to get to do that. I hope that I will be able to get to do that soon, because it's really only hurting my business that I haven't been able to get around to it, but family comes first, right? So I have the blue-green. I'm looking for a blue for the boys' outfit. So I'll go with the Caribbean Blue by Black Diamond. These blues really get me excited. All right, so we're going to do his little pants trousers. This is coming out kind of light. Maybe cobalt. What did I use? Caribbean, maybe cobalt would have been a little better, but see, if I just put it down, it starts just sticking to everything. And that's kind of light for me. But I'm not happy with that being that light. I'm going to have to go, well, once you rub it on the surface, you're not going to see what's underneath of it then. So I'm going to come in with the cobalt blue then. So it'll look like a pair of denim, faded denims, I guess, because I'm coming in with the darker one. And we've got some suspenders to do up here. Now I'm sure if I had one of my little paint palettes, I could put little bits of pigment on each, but I don't want to waste any more than I already may. In a way, it kind of saves you some pigments by doing it this way and not have to mix them in the cup. But then I found that if I'm doing something large, I would have used the same amount in the cup that I was doing on something large. Like, for instance, I don't know if any of you have seen the unicorns that I've been doing. So these were brushed. What's going on with that camera? Is it in focus? There it is. Okay. So these were brushed on. And I've been making these. I'm actually going to, did I list them up? I did. I listed these up for sale. The resin castings are up for sale. Some of them have this resin crystal that I've casted. That's also a mold that I have. And some of them have my my C mold, that 6-point crystal on them. So if you look on the website, you'll see these listed under resin castings. But that, I did these with the brushwork. So now I've moved on to this. I used to make, with the poly clays, I used to sit and make miniature wizards, and when I was a young mother with little toddlers running around. I don't know, I got really crazy about making miniature items by hand out of clay. And I should really go back to doing some of that to create even more molds. And that is an epiphany that I just had with you guys. So a little bit of the blue went up into the bunny's face, which we could make a blue bunny, but I don't think I'm going to get a lot of that out. But I want to get it out where the arm goes because that's going to be white. Put a little iridescent white in there. And then his chest, I have to clean that off. That little chest piece where his chest shows through. So we've got the blue and the pink now, and I'm going to put the white on. But isn't that pretty? I love it. Yeah, his face got a little bit of blue, but there's nothing I could do about that because it's in the first strokes, you know. So let's do the white. I think I used silver white, flash white. Yeah, let's do flash white. And I used the big long brush last time, which worked out good for the bunny fur. It's beautiful. It's bunifer. So we'll do his arm and do his chest and brush it over his face. So you're okay up top, like in a big area here where I got a lot of white to do. I didn't have to tap it too much. But right away it gets right over that, which is nice. So if you could see that. So now I'll do the other bunny. And the bottom of his pants are white. The cuff. And we'll start doing the female bunny. And her collar. Her ears. I should have did a little bit of pink inside the inner of their ears, but next time I'll try to remember that. I didn't do that the first time either, but I draw a lot of bunnies for my granddaughter. And I always do that pink in there, and I just realized that I didn't do it. And I had a little drop of water in there still, so we got to get that out. So we got her bunny body, her dress, her ears. We got him all done. Now we just have to do the egg. So once you get the detail in there, it goes pretty quickly. That was pretty quickly, I think. All right, so now we're going to need colors on the little egg that's in between them there. So we'll use an orange. We'll do a yellow. We'll do orange. And let's put some of Stone Coat Mystic Moss Metallic. I named that color for them. They picked that name when I named it. So we'll do that green in there too. Mike was one of my Mike and Yvonne Williams were one of my very first inspirations on doing resin work. I watched Mike for several years and was watching Yvonne Williams, and then I said, I got to do this. And then my son gifted me a gallon of resin because he knew Mommy wanted to do it so bad. So we're going to give a green stripe. My son's an artist. He has a tattoo shop, and he's an incredible artist, which makes him do incredible tattoo work. Most of his work is all custom. He doesn't really use much flash. I guess if someone insisted he might, but all his work is super stunning. And you can find him on Facebook under Silver Blood Inc. He's located in Pennsylvania, but he travels around the country doing murals and lots of artwork for people. Does a lot of commission work. He's really incredible. I'm always in awe when I look at his artwork. I don't do artwork like that. So we have our green stripes in there. Yes, her wire wrapping is great. She was a great inspiration for me to start my wire wrapping. And who's the other lady? OZ Designs. I think she's amazing. I think I'm saying it wrong, but she's amazing. She was a great inspiration for me. And I started doing it, and I couldn't stop. I actually did the wire wrapping before I got into mold making and resin work. And I was excited about it because I ended up being pretty good at it. So I do have a few pieces listed on the website, actually. I'm not someone that's ready to teach that. I could teach someone sitting next to me, but it's not something that I'm going to make a video about, though. But I do want to do some live selling my crystals and gems and pipes, and I'll be throwing some of my wire jewelry into that mix. I just haven't had any feedback yet about anyone that might be interested in seeing me do a live selling live items like that. I was thinking about going to some of my old Facebook profiles and doing it there. Okay, so let's put the orange down next. Oh, that's funny. Yeah. You know, I started making the cabs because of the wire wrapping too. I got those jewelry molds that they were selling. And yeah. That's funny how one thing leads to another. It's a gateway thing. So I don't know where you get your wire at, but the best top quality real silver and gold and platinum wire you can buy, you can get from a place called Rio Grande, and they'll even buy silver and gold off you. So using the Q-tip, the pigments definitely spread out where they shouldn't be. And that's what they just did to me. Which is not that big of a deal, but if you're a perfectionist, it's going to matter. So don't use the cotton tip. Stick with the brush. You're going to have more accuracy with that. If it's going to bug you. It's going to bug y'all. So we got a few orange dots there. You're getting hooked on acrylic pouring. Yeah, I got Well, I never showed anybody my collection, but I've got a ton of those. The little bottles, the little craft bottles. I have a giant old school desk, and the drawers are really long and deep on these desks. And I filled the damn drawer with that many colors, so it looks like a rainbow in there. But I never showed anybody my collection of that. But that's what I was using. I did not